If you want this kind of jet black engraving on stainless steel using the xTool F2, I'm going to show you the exact settings I use to get consistent results every time. This works really well on things like dog tags, jewelry, business cards, and pretty much any stainless steel blanks you're likely to engrave. This is annealing, not engraving, and once you dial it in properly, the results look seriously clean. I briefly showed this in a recent comparison video and loads of you asked what settings I was using. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through everything step by step so you can replicate it yourself. In terms of materials, we are doing stainless steel as mentioned, and you can get various different types of stainless steel as you can see there. And we also want an isopropyl alcohol or some kind of system to clean any fingerprints off of our items. So once you have your item ready, make sure you've cleaned it, which I have already done, and then centrally put it under the bed, focus that laser so the dots are together, and then offset it to the back slightly. The reason for this is when the laser comes down from the center, it bounces back up. You don't want it to bounce up directly and potentially damage itself. Here we are in xTool Studio. We're going to hit that new project button and it's going to load up the screen and take a picture of our background. You'll see I have a very dark background on this, and that is deliberate. With stainless steel, we will be framing and we want to make sure that we have not too much light in there. So if you do want to adjust the lighting, click on device settings, and then in here you will see front light, backlight, adjust them to whatever suits you, but you'll see why when we frame in a minute why it's so important. So before we did this, we did manually focus, and our focus amount is 3.2 millimeters. So what I will say is if you come on here and there is no number in there, just very lightly twist the knob and twist it back the same amount, and it will just kind of update those numbers to what your focus is because we've already focused on the top surface. Now, as part of this annealing, we are going to be defocusing, and that means moving the laser head away from the object by 3.5 millimeters. So that means this focus amount here is going to go from 3.2. In this case, we're going to add 3.5 millimeters to it, which will take us to 6.7. So if I manually put that in there now, it will move the head of the laser, and I am just double checking, upwards, which is what we want. So now we've done that, we're ready to put our design onto this. And what we're going to do in this case is this is a necklace that's going to be given to my niece Olivia for her birthday. So I would like to just put her name nice and simple onto it, and I thought it would be the perfect thing to do in this video. So I will be putting my text in by clicking that text button on the left side that you just saw. I'm going to change it to engrave. I will make it red so that you can see it clearly. And what I will say is when you're adding your text at the top here on this toolbar, if you want to change the font type, just click on that. Then you'll be given a huge list of fonts on the left, and it is a huge list. Find what you like. In this case, if you are curious what I'm using, it's called Monotype Cursiva. Now we will position this so that it looks in the right place. With the camera, it's really accurate, but it isn't perfect. So anything we do in terms of camera placement, we always double check by manually framing as well. I want this to pretty much fill this up as much as possible. And what I will do in this case is if I show you up here, you can click on this drop down menu and you can increase the space vertically or horizontally between letters. In this case, I'm going to make them a little bit wider. So I'm going to change that to 0.5, and you can see there, look, it has spaced them out a little bit just so it fills that pendant fully. I like filling a blank as much as I can. So now that I've done that, what I'm going to do is we're going to frame this first before we apply our material settings. To do that, go down to the bottom right. There are 3 dots. Click on it. You've got different types of framing modes. In this case, we're using rectangular. So that blue box around the outside of the text, it's only going to show us that. And that is really useful because it allows you to make sure it's parallel to the edge of your item and it is straight. We'll click that framing button, and this is now why I said to reduce the lighting on your machine. We should be able to clearly see it. Let's take a look. You can see right now it is slightly misaligned. Because we've defocused, the camera is slightly askew, and this is why we always manually focus. You can see I'm just making micro adjustments with my finger, and we are good to go there. So let's move back over to our build space. So we've framed. What we're going to do now is update the image and make sure you unclick framing if it is still going. I always forget to do that. Click it and you'll see it might look a little bit off, but remember the camera is actually higher than what it should be, so it's a little bit askew, but we've manually framed it. We are confident. The next thing we're doing is applying our material settings, and the way we do that is we will go to the xTool material library, and in this case it is up here saying unknown material. Once you click it, you'll be presented with their generic library, and there are okay settings for a lot of things, but black annealing, I haven't found anything yet in the xTool Studio material library. So that means we made our own one. And by we, I mean there is another channel, someone called Beth, who runs Abby's Attic Creations. She came up with these settings and she gave them to me, and I'm able to share them with you now. So go and check out Abby's Attic Creations. I will link it in the description below. So click apply, and it's going to give us this warning message. And I told you earlier about offsetting it because the laser tries to bounce up. This is why we don't want to damage our laser lens. So we have set ours backwards. So now that we've done that, it will by default give us these default IR reference settings because it will use the IR laser, but they're too fast. They don't work. You won't get a dark engraving. So what I have previously set up in mine is my own material setting custom. Check out the tutorials on my page. If you want to learn how to do that, there is one, and I will try and link it right now. So we'll click on that and I'm going to run through the settings. So in this case, I am using the infrared laser. We are doing 92% power, 20% speed. And one thing I will say before I finish this off, stay around to the end because I have a trick at the end which will get that engraving even better. And I promise you it's worth it. 300 lines per centimeter. Then we are going for a incremental angle of 45 degrees. I've just selected advanced settings to get that setting. Use those settings and we'll get a great finish. And then with my tip at the end, we'll have a perfect finish. So what we'll do now, we're going to hit that process button and it's going to give us an estimated time, 5 minutes, 16 seconds. This is a slow engraving, but what you get are amazing results. So it's worth the wait. We'll click start and let's go over and take a look. I wanted to show you, so this is the initial finished results, which looks great, but now it is for the trick, and that is post engraving cleanup. Use your alcohol spray or whatever you've got. LA Awesome also works well. Give it a spray, and let me try and show you how much this will transform it. Give it a wipe, and what it does is it just makes it so much crisper, and there you have it. Look at that, that's absolutely amazing. It's jet black, viewable from all sides, and absolutely outstanding. So that's the exact setup I used to get clean, jet black annealed results on stainless steel with the xTool F2. And once you understand how to dial in the speed and power properly, it becomes really consistent across a range of different blanks. You might need to tweak the settings slightly depending on your material, but this should get you very close straight away. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe as I've got plenty more xTool tutorials coming. If you are thinking about picking up one of these machines, I've got affiliate links down in the description, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. It just helps support the channel. And if you're interested in any of my L3D Accessories jigs, those are linked below as well, and I ship worldwide. There's also the option to become an L3D supporter through the channel if you want to support what I'm doing here. But no pressure at all. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.